doing today is we're going to go over our initial reaction of E3. What we're going to talk about today is the Xbox conference and the Sony conference. Also, if you like everything you hear here today, if you go over to Three Hammers Cast, that will be our podcast. We're going to start talking about anime and game stuff and our reactions and stuff like that on there. Alright, and without further ado, let's introduce the other guys.
You didn't introduce yourself.
Nope.
I'm Steven.
I'm Gerald.
And I'm Stanley. Okay, so since I didn't introduce myself, my bad, guys. I was so excited about doing this. So, yes, I guess you guys kind of remember my voice, though, from YouTube. Alright, Gerald or Steven,
right
who wants to...
it.
Who wants to start the Xbox conference?
I'm gonna jump right into... Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, it's fine. You go ahead, man.
I want to jump straight into Anthem. That was the best game showed at Microsoft's reveal. It's going to be so good. I'm really hoping it'll come to the PS4.
It is.
I've been trying to see anything about it.
They have announced that it is going to be multi-platform, coming to PS4 and PC.
Are you serious?
That'll be exciting.
Yes. Holy crap.
All right.
So,
I watched some of the gameplay of it when they did it. I saw the different armor types, the like Titan or whatever was super cool looking, like shield your allies kind of thing. Although I hate to be this guy, it's going to sound kind of awful, but while I was watching the gameplay and I saw the like boosters on their back and them jumping around and stuff, all I could think was Mass Effect Andromeda. Like that's the they've got the jump boosters kind of thing, so you can boost around. And so when I was watching Anthem, I was like, these are little Titans from Titanfall with the movement system from Mass Effect Andromeda.
With some of the atmosphere, it felt like to me from Horizon and kind of a loot system and gameplay system of not Destiny. Like, I want to be super excited for it. It does kind of have
a Destiny look to it.
Yeah.
So, actually, it's funny that you mentioned Anthem. Anthem was actually the number one. I have a top 5 list of both conferences, and Anthem was like number 1. Didn't think we were gonna start off with number 1, but whatever. But what I thought was
that starts off latent thing too.
So
yeah.
So Anthem looks super good. I'm super excited for it. I think it'll be a great game. BioWare is a really great company. They do a lot of good stuff that people enjoy. I think that because it's BioWare, that's where the Mass Effect feel comes from for me.
Yeah. It kind of feels sadly to me that EA kind of went, we need a Destiny game for some reason. Like, that didn't make a lot of sense.
That's what I thought, though. But when you compare it
to a lot of what's getting shown, it comes out good. Because a lot of companies are just like, here's a sequel to this game that was popular. I hope you guys were hoping for a sequel. So a lot of people were hoping for like new titles from these companies, and instead they're just getting another version of what they've already played.
Yeah.
So what I thought about Anthem, like you guys have already said it it's like it reminds me of Destiny. Never really played Titanfall and all that, but I did kind of see the similarities. But I thought it was going to be... It's interesting that it's going to be a big group. You can go in with a group of friends, and you just... In a way, it's like an MMO. And it reminds me of... just like Destiny, man. I'm excited for it. I'm very excited for it. And you said BioWare? Because I kind of missed out on some of the stuff. I didn't see everything.
Yeah, it is. But, BioWare is making it. Originally, I thought that maybe Microsoft had paid EA so much, and EA was like, hey, Microsoft, slave boys, come here and make this game. And it's like, damn it, guys. Because they do that to them all the time.
The thing I'm worried about BioWare, though, is I know a lot of people don't... Steven, you didn't see it. But there were problems with Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah.
And with this game coming out, I am hoping that they don't have as many problems that Andromeda had. And if it is going to be something that, in a way, I think they're going to try and go against Destiny 2 in a way. Yeah. I hope that it has a really good story. There should be a good loot system. I'm pretty sure there's going to be different classes and stuff like that. But it might give, in my opinion, Destiny a run for its money. Because it looks pretty good.
Might make Destiny try to make itself better than it is or than it's going to be. And stop having people be so content with things that they are kind of upset about, but not willing to change, really. But we'll see.
I think that it will definitely bring out the best in Destiny. If nothing else, they will challenge Destiny to rise above.
Yeah.
One of the things I really liked about the Anthem discussion was that your armor will be fully customizable.
Yes, that was cool.
Customize the arms, the legs, the weapons, the head. Everything's fully customizable. My only hope is that stats come with that. Because in too many games have got it to where you swap out your arms, it's just a look change.
Yeah,
I kind of want there to be like a stat change. Kind of like how Mass Effect had, if you wear different armor, you get different abilities.
Not to mention, there was another game that did it, and no one really liked it that much, but I did, was Division. Because Division has stat changes with everything.
Well, people started liking Division after a bit, but everybody was kind of burnt on it whenever it first came out and stuff like that. Also, I feel that 2017 is becoming Year of the Gear.
Yep.
Like every game has to have a gear
system. The
system.
Division had, for me, was, oh my goodness, I finally finished this super hard boss fight. I got a beanie. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, that is a problem.
I want a new gun. I want something cool, new armor, something. I don't want a cosmetic item for doing a super huge battle.
Yeah.
But that's what UB is all about, though.
Some games like World of Warcraft and stuff add in those cosmetic items, but they're not like the main thing you get. They might be like super rare to get the cosmetic item, but you'll almost always get gear instead. And so, for me, that was a killer. I don't want to spend too much time on Anthem though, because it will take up this entire cast.
Yeah, and we only got like 7 minutes.
So
I want to jump
if
right
you don't mind,
into the next game. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if you mind, but I have to, because number 2 on my list, and I want to go over it. And you guys probably already know what it's going to be. And I know everyone thought maybe Dragon Ball, but it's not Dragon Ball.
No.
It's the one other thing that I'm super excited about, and I'm sad that it was Xbox that showed it, because I'm not a big Xbox guy. But Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Origins.
I think that looks really cool. I love the gameplay demo they actually got for it. It looks really cool. I love that your Eagle Vision is going to be an actual eagle now. Like, that's super funny to me.
I've not really followed the Assassin's Creed series as good as you guys have, because
I haven't really since like 2.
Well, I guess
I was playing the first one. I missed the flag. I was playing the first one. I missed the flag, and I went back to get it because I was trying to do a 100% playthrough my first time through.
You poor son of a bitch.
Go to the second one. And I missed the flag, and I started back over the mission, and it was like a 2-hour-long mission, and I was like, no, I'm not going to play this shit for 2 more hours to redo what I already did. And I put it down, and I never played another one until Black Flag was free for the Xbox. And I like Black Flag. I like the Egyptian kind of look that they're going with here, and it's in Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. The imagery is fantastic. I think it couldn't be set in a better location. However, I know that Assassin's Creed has had some problems with like the actual game mechanics in the past, where like you try to jump to a wall and you're sitting there for forever trying to jump to a wall.
They fixed most of that once they got to like Syndicate and stuff, though. Like Syndicate's exploration got nailed it.
Syndicate was fantastic, and I liked what they did, when they got the London and everything, and how grimy it looks. What I enjoy about this Assassin's Creed Origins is you're no longer going with Desmond. You're no longer dealing with present day, which I enjoy. Well, not the fact that Desmond is gone, but you're no longer doing this whole thing, or hopefully it's no longer doing the whole thing of you're in this game, whatever, that they did with the other 2 or the other 3 games that came out after 3. So what I'm excited about is the fact that hopefully we're going back to the roots of Assassin's Creed. You're starting out with the very first assassin, which is going to be interesting.
With the assassin order, basically.
Yep. And what I saw is you fire your bow and arrow, and you
you can control the arrow and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought you control the arrow, and the addition of the bow and arrows is interesting. Most of the time it's been like
a crossbow,
a rifle, crossbow, and controlling the arrow is going to be very interesting. And the combat system is adding a shield and stuff too, so you're going to have shield combat and all that. Hopefully they continue to do the equipment system. I think, Gerald, you told me the other day that they are doing the equipment system.
Yes,
still.
In the gameplay that they showed, it did show him picking up some new equipment. that has level ranges. It showed an equipment screen that had, I don't know exactly how many slots, but it had quite a few slots. In the middle of him doing stuff, it showed him level up. So I'm not sure what all that entails, but it seems like they're doing some RPG elements.
But, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. I think, in a way, Assassin's Creed, we all know kind of what you're going to be doing. It's probably going to end... it's going to have something to do with
It looked like
either
Assassin's Creed with a good amount of polish for new systems, I guess.
I know it's kind of sad that's like number 2 on my list, but I love the series, and
you're
hopefully
a fanboy, so it's fun, man.
Yeah, fanboy, like, you know.
It's like number. It's in my top 10 for Microsoft, but not my number 1.
I mean,
my number 2 is going to be definitely Dragon Ball Z, or the Dragon Ball Fighters.
Yeah, before we get off Assassin's Creed real quick,
okay.
Hell, I'm not going to say her name just because I don't think she'd want to be involved in that, but one of my friends actually is interested in Assassin's Creed, and she's more interested in, like, story stuff, not actual gameplay. I mean, it's my wife.
The story's good.
But she's like, this one actually has me super interested, and I'm like, that's... Whoa, what world is this?
But, I guess we can't really spend too much time on this one, too. I mean, we haven't...
I feel like
as we did with
we've got to try to keep it down to the time down some. We don't want to run over our mark here.
Yeah,
so,
really quick before we get to the list, why don't we do a quick rundown of the press conference itself? Like, just in order kind of thing. We can just touch upon things, stuff like that.
What do you mean? Like, are we talking about the overall feel of the conference? Because
I know one thing we got to touch upon for it being the Microsoft conference is Xbox One X.
Yes.
I hate that name.
It's PlayStation. It is the PlayStation Pro of Microsoft.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Scorpio was a better name, but if you say Scorpio, or if they named it Xbox Scorpio, everybody would have been like, "Oh, it's the next gen console," as opposed to.
It feels kind of like the Wii U to the Wii, where everybody was super confused about that, and I feel like that's going to be something that people are going to have problems with, like the general public buying, the parent wants to get their kid an Xbox One, and they're like, "Oh, I want an Xbox One X," and they just see Xbox One. Okay, that's the correct thing, and instead they got the S, and it's not what they wanted. Like,
I'm just saying, what it makes me think of, as funny as it is I like Futurama. I've watched a lot of it, and whenever they announce the new thing, it's like, these robots are new. You should buy these and forget all about our old one. It was called the Robot One X. Every time that I hear Xbox One X, all I think of is, this is new, buy this, forget the old ones.
So my thing about it is, yes, it is definitely the Pro for Xbox. And
I think Xbox realized they needed that 4K device.
Yeah.
That the Pro was just decimating, and that they needed to get on the playing field.
But the problem with it is this, and for the overall conference, and what I saw was just like a little bit of it, but I didn't see anything that was exclusive.
Every single game they showed off was exclusive to Xbox One and Windows 10. It's like, then what's the point?
So, they showed off some stuff that was exclusive.
No, every single bit of it was. No, every single Xbox game is now on Windows 10 as well, because they're bringing those infrastructures together, which kind of hurts them, because someone who wants big power like that, why not just get a PC? And then people who just want an Xbox are just going to get like an Xbox One S, like the smaller one, for the better price now, where it's only $250, which was an interesting announcement.
This is my thing about the Xbox One X, and the only reason that I would want one is the fact that everything that it does for a 4K TV, it also does for a standard HD TV itself, and that's good. The Pro I've heard is a little funky when it comes to just regular HD TVs. You don't get that crisp quality that you really want.
Yeah.
It does help your games run smoothly, but the thing with Xbox One X is that things are going to be not as good as the 4K, but better than it is normally. The quality, the frames per second, I think it's 60 frames per second. and all that.
Yeah.
That's going to be up, but I think that's around the same thing as the Pro. But it does not make me want to get an Xbox that much. If they had more exclusives, maybe that interested me, but they don't have enough exclusives. Everything is for whatever else, you know what I mean?
They do Halo typically, and a lot of people said they were going to be showing a new Halo game at E3, but I didn't see it. I kind of hated that they didn't, because I was kind of excited because they were saying it was going to be like a Halo horror twist kind of thing, horror survival game. And sadly, I didn't see that, and I was kind of hoping for that. I thought, this would be a good thing since, 343 took over Halo. It doesn't feel like it's been as good to me as when Bungie had it. I mean, Bungie dropped it, and I feel like it's because they were concentrating so hard on Destiny, they didn't mind to let go of it. But also, if we're talking about the One X, we need to also talk about Xbox backwards compatibility.
Yes, I was going to say that.
You'll be able to play Xbox games. A lot of people are ecstatic. That is a pretty big news reveal.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty good.
A lot of people, I feel like a lot of people are actually going to probably buy an Xbox more now, especially with the future of Xbox being the backwards compatibility with the old Xbox games.
That's a good thing for them to do, by the way, is that backwards compatibility.
Yeah. And
that's one thing I do think they have over Sony.
Oh yeah, but now that they've done that though, what's Sony going to do? Probably when they bring out their new system, which is going to happen probably in the next couple of years, is doing complete backwards compatibility. It would be a good idea, but also Sony is sometimes stupid.
They also may think they don't need to do that for a bit. Like they may just continue the digital library that they have, where they're bringing the PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 4.
Well, if you look at it, they're bashing Xbox's face in.
Yeah. Sony has more game systems though. Like Xbox, they've got a handful of games for 360 that are backwards compatible.
They're now bringing the originals. They said like 300 something, I think.
And now the Xbox. So it's Xbox 360 and Xbox games for the Xbox One S, whereas PlayStation would have to do with the PS3, the PS2, and the PlayStation 1. So, and then they'd have to try to pick titles from each of those games that people are actually going to want to play.
Yeah. So to keep up with the time we got going on here, unless we need to increase it, but I mean, we've talked about.
I think that we should shift. So while we're talking about backwards compatibility and Xbox merging with Windows, we should talk about Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft.
Minecraft is not the only one doing it.
Minecraft is going to have cross-platform play. I think the only other game that has that is World of Tanks.
Also, Rocket League is going to be doing it. They announced that for Switch, and they're going to be doing cross-platform with that as well.
I think Rocket League is already cross-play between like PS4 and Xbox, but
and
I'm not
PC.
sure.
I don't think it's Xbox. The thing is, Sony doesn't want to do that because they don't have a full reason to yet. They want people to instead of going, oh, you can play your games with your Xbox friends. No, get your Xbox friends to buy a PlayStation. Which I think is kind of shitty, even still.
Hold on.
Sony
either way, we need to go back to Minecraft.
Well, I'm talking about that.
Oh, okay.
So they're doing the crossplay, right?
Yeah.
The thing about that is now, so they're pushing that out there. Minecraft is doing it. You said Rocket League's doing it. That's a good thing because Sony's going to sit back and watch. And how many people get into this? And then if someone else, maybe like a small publisher, will put out another game that does about the same thing, and then it goes so on and so forth until you get like Injustice 2 playing it cross-platform, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, stuff like that. You're going to start seeing it more probably with a bunch of like more competitive games, especially Overwatch.
I think a small misstep with the being able to play cross-platform like that is consoles being able to play with PC, and Minecraft has the like slightly competitive modes, and console versus PC, sadly PC has better aiming.
Well, see, they're not just doing console and PC though. They're doing Xbox, PS4, Nintendo Switch, PC, and all mobile devices.
Yeah.
Will now be able to play together. So I can play with, if you're on PC, I can play with you on my cell phone. If you're on PS4, I can play with you on my cell phone. And I kind of feel like that's a little different because the console version and the PC version are different of Minecraft. And I feel like it's going to be a little strange to have it cross-platform. I think it's a good idea. I really do think Sony will be the last one to jump on the bandwagon. Not
if they do it all,
Sony,
yeah.
Yeah, but they don't really
Sony
need to do it if you think about it.
They're pretty smart. I've been reading up on some Sony lately. They do a lot of investments, and so like with Bungie and Activision for Destiny, they invested so heavily in it in the beginning. That's why you get so many PlayStation exclusives and so many PlayStation
PlayStation First and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and you'll get bonus content that'll be for the PlayStation, but not for the Xbox. Because like some games you can buy and it'll be like PlayStation exclusive God of War character for Mortal Kombat. So like, and the Xbox doesn't have that. So you really get, they're really smart in how they do it. They invest in a lot of these companies, and that's why they get so much exclusive stuff. Because people, like you said a minute ago, it was disappointing that Xbox didn't release any exclusive content, but Sony, it's like 100% that they will or already have. I've not seen the Sony one yet, but that's what Sony does, and it's a good move. Like, it is a good business plan. Like, part of the reason I wanted to buy my PlayStation that I've got is because of all the exclusives.
I don't see much going on with it. Maybe some added packs or whatever, but I don't know how you guys feel. If you got something else more to add about Minecraft itself and not just the cross playability.
The other thing, 4K. Minecraft is getting 4K support.
Something I do not care about at all, because almost no one has a 4K television. That's a problem.
I'm about to buy one because I want to get rid of my Xbox and my PlayStation and get a PlayStation Pro and an Xbox One X, just to be that guy. I hate to be that way, but I really do want to, just so that I can concentrate on the best gaming quality for streaming and such. But other than that, I have nothing left for Minecraft. I think we should go ahead and jump back to Dragon Ball Z Fighters like we talked about.
Well, you guys know for one that I am a complete fanboy when it comes to Dragon Ball.
I'm there with you.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you. I've got all the Dragon Ball Z Funko Pops. I love the DBZ. I buy just about every DBZ game that comes out, except for the ones for the 3DS. So, and I like.
You should probably buy it.
It's pretty good.
I've seen the one on 3DS.
I like Guilty Gear. I feel like this game is gonna decimate. A lot of people are mad. I've seen a lot of people say they wanted Xenoverse 3. They wanted some kind of better MMO for DBZ. Okay. They didn't want another DBZ fighter game.
Okay.
But the graphics are so fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good the Arc System's doing that because of the graphics.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So talking about a Xenoverse 3, and we are going to get back into this, but you can't do another Xenoverse.
Xenoverse is kind of tired at this point.
You've got to do I think it's Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco, if you ever hear this, you need to do an MMO. That's it. You can't keep doing this thing that is slightly an MMO, but you're still a fighter. You can't do that. If
I'm kind of tired of the shared world experience instead of
exactly.
It's just make an MMO, guys. Come on, it's not that hard.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything. So you need to do, if you're gonna make a fighter, do what the guys who did Guilty Gear did. What they're doing right now. You've got 3v3. Now, is that gonna overcrowd things a little bit? Possibly. But I've seen a gameplay video and it looks amazing. Freaking Majin Buu, Cell, Frieza fighting Super Saiyan Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan. It was amazing. The fighting is fantastic. Kamehameha, all this. Oh, dude, it was so good. I loved it.
I'm really excited. Well, I was obsessed with the Budokai series, so I'm excited they're returning to their roots in the fighting game series. That's where they need to be. I like Xenoverse. I like, the ability to fly around and stuff. But your supers and ultimates and whatever else are so easy to use. It kind of makes me miss the day where you had to go square, 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 circle just to get a Kamehameha off. Like, you had to work up you had to combo to your super.
Well, I mean, there was ways to pull off your super, but either way.
I feel like we've lost that, though, truthfully, between all fighting games. pretty much all fighting games now are like press L2 and R2 and boom, ultimate. So I kind of miss the days of combos.
What I'm hoping for the Dragon Ball game is, you've got Dragon Ball Super. A lot of people like it, a lot of people don't like it, but you've expanded the universe, so the roster has to be big. And I know that I think Bandai Namco is also helping with making this game. And the thing is that Bandai Namco doesn't really do that many updates, except for like costumes and stuff. But I'm hoping that they increase the roster as time goes on, add more hopefully it's not always going to be DLC, because it sucks to get like this tiny little piece of a game and then you have to spend $20 to get the rest. I would like a good enough roster to where I'm not going to get bored. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't want a tiny little roster where you can within a week know how to play them, or well, probably not within a week know how to play them, but I don't want to get bored of seeing the same character over and over and over and over again. I want more characters. You have enough. You have Dragon Ball, you have Dragon Ball Z, and now you have Super. Hell, throw in GT. Because GT, as much as people didn't like it, I enjoyed it, and I think they had some really good characters that came out of that. Especially Majin Oob. You know what I mean?
Characters that I'm really hoping to see is like Broly, Cooler, Beerus would be great, and of course Pycon, because everybody knows I love Pycon.
Pycon hasn't been in a game at all. Or wait,
yeah,
he was in like a Budokai.
Raging Blast too. One of those, I think it was either Raging Blast or the other one that was made for the Xbox 360 had the largest roster of any of their games, had like 52 or 62 characters somewhere in that general area, and they had Pycon. They had a lot of good characters, and I don't expect that out of this. Obviously, it'll probably be somewhere around 30 to 40 characters, as are most fighting games, but I would love to see them do more. They have such a large universe, they should. But I don't want to spend too much time on this because we're running low on time for our video.
I was going to say one more thing about it, and I was going to say the same thing if no one else had anything else to add. The thing about this game, because I love this, I love Dragon Ball, is that when you add all these characters, though, after a while, you're going to get to the point where you're pretty much taking a new skin and putting it over a character that was already modeled. And that's what I would be worried about if they put too many characters in this. It has happened. I feel like it might happen with, well, probably not with Injustice, but there are some games out there that just put a new skin on a character. And so hopefully that doesn't happen. But continue on to more of the conference.
Let's go ahead and break here.
There's like 3 games I really want to cover, but I agree we should... this will be the end of video 1, and we'll continue into video 2.